What's going on, Saints fans? I want to encourage you to subscribe today because for today's show, we're taking questions and answers. It's a Q&A. Y'all got questions, I got answers. Y'all got hot takes, I got replies from our weekly live show every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. If you guys missed out on it, I highly encourage you to subscribe. We have a lot of fun. We've already thrown down a few brewskis, so of course, it's been a good time. We take hot takes. We take questions from the Golden Gang, and the Golden Gang is our group of subscribers. So if you want to join the Golden Gang, if you want to be a part of the mailbags in the future, I highly encourage you to subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports here on YouTube, and you can always join us for our live shows. Now, this mailbag, this Q&A, it is sponsored by none other than Randy the Legend Lemoyne. He dropped $150 here on this weekly Wednesday live show. Insane work right here. He's on his way to radiation. We want to say first things first, good luck. We love you. And best wishes to Randy. And of course, we also want to give him a big ol' Who Dat, Who Dat, Who Dat saying gonna beat Randy Lemoyne. I appreciate you, Randy. This mailbag is sponsored by him. He's been a longtime supporter. We just want to send a lot of love his way. Now let's get to the very first question here. This one coming in. It's an interesting one about Shedeur Sanders and Jaxson Dart from Praise YJ. Why'd you switch sides from Shedeur to Dart? Now, I'll acknowledge this here. I have been very big on Shedorlins. I've coined the phrase. I started it. I'm the one who created that trend. However, I don't necessarily care about who is under center. I care more so that Kellen Moore gets his guy under center. If that's Jaxson Dart, awesome. If it's Shedeur Sanders, awesome. If it's Quinn Ewers, okay, awesome. Less, but awesome. If it's Jalen Milroe, awesome. If it's Garrett Nussmeier, awesome. If it's Arch Manning, awesome. If it's Spencer Rattler, I don't care who the quarterback is. I just want to see the quarterback that Kellen Moore picks, and I want to see him get a chance. So I have not flipped from Shedeur to Dart. I think Dart is a more likely option for Kellen Moore. I think he's the player that Kellen Moore likes more because he was actually in attendance at his pro day versus Colorado's where he wasn't. He sent Doug Nussmeier and Scott Tolzien. So we'll have to see what happens. I personally would be very, very pumped with Shedeur Sanders. I'd also be happy if, let's say at 9 you go Tyler Warren and then you trade back into round 1 and get Jaxson Dart. I think that also is an interesting way to go about it. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't like one over the other. I just want to see Kellen Moore get his guy. Quinn Courtney! What's going on? Royalty is back in the chat. I heard Shedeur has an attitude. Do you think it would be a problem, Tyler Warren at 9? So first, you heard Shedeur has an attitude. I don't know if it's as much of an attitude, Lopez, or if it's more of like a confidence and swagger about him and a mindset that's just a little bit more alpha than other quarterbacks. What do you guys kind of think about that?
I definitely agree with that. I think everybody, back at Colorado, Deion Sanders, Shedeur, it's all been documented what they've done there. And say what you want about Deion, like him or hate him, he built professionals there.
Yeah.
The way that he talks to his team, the way that he has them conduct themselves, they're professionals. I don't think any of them are. They think they're too big for something.
Sure.
So I do think Shedeur is more of that. I got that confidence. I got the swagger. It's not, I'm better than your organization. I am your organization now. Nothing like that.
And I'll say this. I appreciate when a quarterback has extra confidence, any player for that matter, but I appreciate when the quarterback has a little extra confidence. And, to answer the question, I don't think it would be a problem. I would be very happy with Tyler Warren at 9. I'd be very happy with Shedeur at 9. I just want to see the 9th overall selection basically not get used on Shamar Stewart. That's pretty much all it is. And I also add this. The mentality of when I walk on the field, I'm the best player on this field.
It's needed.
That's something the Saints need. That is something the New Orleans Saints definitely need. Because although Drew Brees didn't walk around nuts hanging down to his ankles, he did command respect. He demanded attention because you knew how good he was. Mm-hmm. So although he didn't verbally, he wasn't outwardly confident and I'm in your face about it, you knew it was there. And you always knew that if you had Drew Brees, you had a chance to win. I think with Shedeur Sanders, you have a chance to win. At least a chance. And maybe a better chance than Derek Carr because, funny enough, they
I don't
both
think
have the
Derek
same
Carr,
amount of playoff wins.
I think Derek Carr is taking his last snap as a Saint. I imagine that'll get talked about at some point, but I think We won't see him throw another
I
pass
agree.
for the Saints.
I agree with you, Lopez, there. Queen Courtney, I appreciate the questions. I also would love Tyler Warren at 9 overall. Isaiah, how pissed would you be if the Saints traded up to 6 with the Raiders for Sanders? I just don't think you need to trade up, man. Because, look, how pissed? I don't know if I would be explicitly just super angry, but I'd definitely be annoyed about it because with the Saints, they're a team that needs to raise the overall talent level of the offense and the defense, offense specifically. And so if Kellen Moore said, Shador's my guy, no questions asked, I'm going and I'm getting him. Okay, I'll support it. I'll ride with it. I'll roll with it. But that's your guy, and you better be willing to live and die on that hill. So, in my opinion, I think it makes more sense to wait to 9, take best player available. If it's Tyler Warren, cool. If it's Shedeur, cool. If it's Tet McMillan, cool. Ashton Genty, cool. Whoever it is, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, whoever it is, I don't care. I just want to see Kellen Moore get his guy, and I also don't want to see them force the pick. You don't need to take a quarterback. You can just roll the dice for Spencer Rattler if you really wanted to. Or you could wait and maybe try and trade back or trade back into the first round and go get Jaxson Dart. I just don't want to see the Saints force the quarterback pick, and I don't want to see them trade up. That's just kind of my thing. If they did it, I'd be like, fine, whatever. I just don't think it makes sense. Say no to ayahuasca. Is Aaron Rodgers a possibility for the Saints? We're really doing this? We're really having a conversation about Aaron Rodgers.
I'll say it right now.
In the year of 2025, a week away from the draft, we're really having this conversation.
I am not touching Aaron Rodgers with a 10-foot pole.
I'm not touching him with an 100-foot pole.
Okay,
I'm not touching him with anything. In this instance, size does matter, Lopez. But I'll say this. Why in the hell would you go from one old, expensive quarterback to another?
And this one has a proven attitude problem. We've seen
Yes. This one we know has an attitude issue. So if I'm going to go get a quarterback with an attitude problem, I might as well make him cheap. Go get a rookie. And then let him leave after the rookie
let him
contract.
be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm not going to go pay a guy to be a bunch of money just to be a headache. And look, I know Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He is, without a doubt, the best veteran quarterback. And I'll say this, if you move on from Carr, you need a veteran in the locker room. You definitely do.
Yeah.
But you don't need Aaron Rodgers.
That's going to be more of a cancer than you need to do. Like what he's doing with the Steelers right now.
Yeah.
The chokehold that he has.
Dude,
the Steelers
he has the entire Pittsburgh Steelers organization wrapped around his pinky, and he's not even on the roster. Unbelievable. No, thank you.
He is going to get someone fired in Pittsburgh. Someone will be fired in Pittsburgh.
He already got people fired with the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I want nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers in New Orleans. Is it a possibility? Sure. I want nothing to do with it.
Don't do it, though.
Do not even think about it, Mickey Loomis. I know you're foaming at the mouth. Please don't even think about it. If you want to sign Aaron Rodgers, let me know. Just type yes or no. Would you sign him? Rodgers to the Big Easy? Please, God, no. Just leave the ayahuasca up north. I don't want it. I don't. New Orleans is a fun enough city without all that. Let's just keep it how it is, Exactly. If you guys want to go and check out any sort of live event, concert, comedy show, theater, anything like that in your area, I highly encourage you to check out the GameTime app. It is my favorite ticketing app. It is the best ticketing app, and you can get $20 off your first purchase when you download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. Terms do apply, but watching sports is really, really fun, and it's one of my favorite ways to spend the weekend. However, nothing actually beats the hype of being in attendance, so don't miss out on any big moments across sports with the GameTime app. And GameTime specializes in last-minute deals. You can save up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets for sports, concert, comedy, theater, and even more. You also can check out the Super Deals function. These are tickets that are highlighted for being the best value for your live events. They also have all-in pricing, seat views, the lowest price guarantee, and game time ticket coverage, which means your ticket is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. And I'll tell you this right now, I went and got concert tickets for Maddie and I for Christmas. I wanted to get us a fun experience and a memory, not a physical gift. So I went and got us tickets to go see our favorite country artist. We had an absolute blast. But beforehand, I was having a hard time getting my tickets in the GameTime customer service department. Second to none. They are absolutely incredible. They were on the phone with me. They were texting me. They were emailing me. Everything they were taking care of. It was absolutely amazing. You can go get tickets to Arkansas baseball versus LSU. It's going to have a lot of implications to the SEC tournament and Omaha. You can also go see the Falcons take on the Saints or any home game in New Orleans. They already have tickets available. We don't even know when they're playing, but you can get tickets to these games. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. You see it at the bottom of your screen and the links in the comment section and description of this video. You get $20 off your first purchase. Reminder that terms apply, but that's code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download the GameTime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Let's talk red. All righty. He says, what do you think about Savion Williams? Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Savion Williams. I think if the Saints drafted Savion Williams, that'd be an excellent decision. And I'll give you another big body guy out of TCU, Jack Besh from Louisiana. That would also be an interesting one. But yes, Savion Williams, 6'4", 222 pounds. He would be the biggest receiver by a considerable margin on the Saints roster. There is some discussion of like, the Cordell Patterson comparison is just too easy given the size of Savion Williams. People are also comparing him to a more athletic Treylon Burks, which, you know, I'm a big fan of Treylon Burks. He was great in college at Arkansas. Just hasn't really panned out as an NFL receiver. He's a little bit of an NFL developmental player with gadget ability, rare size of speed and athleticism. The fact that he was had limited production, 611 yards, 60 receptions, 10.2 yards per catch, 6 touchdowns was interesting. But he also averaged 6.3 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns, 322 carries or yards on 51 carries. So that's pretty interesting. So he has the ability to run and pass, catch the ball. Like I would be okay with this. Like I like Savion Williams a lot. And to be honest, the Saints definitely need a big body wide receiver. Another big body wide receiver from Isaiah, Jaden Higgins at pick 40 would be a steal. Let's dive into the Jaden Higgins profile because I too agree he would be a massive steal. In 2024 at Iowa State, he racked up 87 receptions over or almost 1,200 yards, 13.6 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns for the Cyclones. He had 2 years at Eastern Kentucky before moving up to Iowa State. He could be used as a big slot wide receiver. If you like Kenny Golladay, think about that comparison there, especially considering the size. He isn't the blocker that Kenny Golladay is, but he does have like shades of Jawan Jennings to his game. He's gotten better every single year. He's improved. He doesn't have any special teams experience, essentially zero special team experience. He's not an elite separator, but he's really good with contested catches, and he's a player that I would really like. He has more reps outside than inside, but he does have some on the inside. I would be thrilled if the Saints drafted drafted Jaden Higgins. Isaiah, appreciate the question. Carr's turf reviews. We have Carr reviews, but now we get turf reviews. Do you believe in Spencer Rattler as a possible starter? I just threw 4 beer cans on the ground because I'm so mad at Derek Carr. Yes, I do believe in Spencer Rattler as a potential, as a possible starter. I want to make that very clear. It's not that I think he's the next Drew Brees. I don't think he's the next Peyton Manning, but I think that he has the ability to be a potential starter. Like, Lopez, do you think it's very far-fetched to sit here and say, like, let Rattler start, draft an offensive weapon round 1, see what you got in him, and then if not, we see what we can do with somebody else? Like, is that
I wouldn't be mad if that's the move, honestly. I think the Saints would kind of be doing themselves a little bit of a disservice if they don't see what they have with Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, well,
like,
and
it's a year 2 quarterback.
Exactly. And Kellen Moore made a good point. He's like, there's a big leap that happens in that second offseason, and he expects that leap from Rattler. We've seen Rattler putting in time at the facility with quarterbacks coaches, doing workouts, doing drills, all this stuff throughout the offseason. Like, in my eyes, here's how I see things. 2 ways right now. 1, Derek Carr over here He's been an optics nightmare. I also see Spencer Rattler over here, who's been around the team, who I physically got to lay eyes on and ask a question to at the Super Bowl. We also got to see Spencer Rattler at the voluntary workouts. So, like, I see a guy who isn't around and has not been around whatsoever, and I see a guy who has been around. I think I want the guy who has been around leading my offense. I think I want that guy to be my quarterback. Yeah, I want the guy who wants to be around.
Say what you want about Spencer Rattler. He might turn out to be nothing in the NFL.
Correct.
Can't say that's
just
not
because
an
we
option.
give him a chance doesn't mean he's going to work out.
But he's at least buying in.
Exactly. That's the bare minimum you can do. Because even if you aren't a starter, you're a very high level backup, and you're somebody people can get excited about.
I'd be more excited to see Spencer Rattler run out of the tunnel on week 1 than a Derek Carr.
100%. 100%. I'd rather see number 2 than number 4 leading the offense week 1. That's just me personally. I could not agree more. That's a great question there. Carr's turf reviews. That's a good question. I really appreciate you asking. We want to ask you now, do you believe in Spencer Rattler? Lopez has just been absolutely crushing it. Do you believe in Spencer Rattler as your starting quarterback or as a possible QB1? If you do, type me. I'm going to type my me's. Are you confident in Rattler? If you're not, let me know why. And if you are, I want to hear you explain why. Jaden, always getting great questions in. Do you think Derek Carr is faking his injury? Yes or no? I think he is faking it. What do you think? How do I say this without possibly burning bridges? Yes. Diana Rossini put out a report that she just doesn't. She's talked to a lot of people across the NFL, and she doesn't know how. Like, none of them can see, like, yeah, this injury is like a big deal. I'll read you the actual quote here. Give me 1 second, Jaden. I don't want to sit here and say like he 100% is faking it. Like, I do think that this injury is something that's lingering from a couple of years ago in that Packers game when he hurt his shoulder. Do you remember? Like, I do think that this is a real injury, but I don't think it's as bad as he's making it out to be. Like, I think he's blowing this out of proportion, if that makes sense. The actual quote from Diana Rossini: "It was very hard for me to find anyone in football who said Derek is definitely dealing with a serious shoulder injury. Like, I don't think that this shoulder injury is as serious as you're going to miss the entire season. I think that, maybe there's a tweak there. Maybe there is some damage done, but I don't think this is you're definitely missing the entire season. And if it was, and we knew about it, like we claim to have known about it, then yeah, I think that Carr's just exaggerating a little bit. I don't know. Nico looking for a job. I'ma update my LinkedIn, yeah. Hot take: Chris Olave will have a breakout year. That is not a hot take. That is a great take, actually. I saw a picture, Lopez, of Chris Olave. I'm gonna be honest, dude. He looks jacked. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say this guy is destined for 2,000 yards this year. No. But what I will sit here and say is there was concerns about the size. There was talk about he needs to put on muscle. I think he listened. And I think he did it. Like,
the talent was already there.
Yeah.
The health has been the
hell of a football
question
player.
Mark.
Hell of a football player. It's just always been health.
Like, this isn't a hot take to me. This is very...
Look at this. That's Chris Olave.
Jacked.
Dude, he looks like 2 times bigger. Like, his arms look big. Look, his arms look bigger. His shoulders look wider. His entire body just looks bigger. Giggity. But it does. And that right there... Shut up, Sam. That right there, I'm like, okay. Is he now even better? Like, oh my God, I'm excited. I think he will have a breakout year. I'm excited to see Kellen Moore play into Chris Olave's skill sets. And I'm also excited to see whoever the quarterback is work with Chris Olave. Like, that's just, I'm pumped. Shoot, man, we haven't seen him in like 9 months. It's going to be awesome to see him play football. What do you think?
Going back to the Kellen Moore thing, just in general, I'm excited to see the offense. That was his big thing coming up through the trenches. This is an offensive mastermind. You're in control now.
Yes.
Let's see what I want to know what Kellen Moore offense is.
Let's see, because the other thing is, and this is not even necessarily Chris Olave, it's the offense as a whole. Let's see truly how good this roster is. Because if we have playmakers that just needed a better coach, then that's all we needed. But if this roster truly is bad, then we have to make some fixes. And Kellen Moore will have the opportunity to work with it, see what it is, see where the weaknesses and the strengths are, and then attack it in his second offseason. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for Chris Olave. I'm thinking 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Is that crazy to say?
I don't think it's crazy. Like I said, I don't think this is a hot take. I think it's very possible.
Yeah, I think this is a very real take. I think it's a very realistic take for sure. I totally agree with you. Lopez, this was a fun one, man. This was a good mailbag. A lot of good questions, a lot of good stuff. All sponsored by Randy Lemoyne. Shout out to you for being a legend, and I hope the radiation went well. I hope that your health is doing better. I'm super glad to hear from you, Randy. Thank you for always texting and calling me, man. Last thing I want to say before we hop on out of here, reminder to subscribe, reminder to turn on your noties, but most importantly, a reminder to call your friends, call your family members, tell them you love them. Obviously, this Kyra and Lacey situation happened. I want to take 1 second to address it. It's tough. It's scary. As somebody who has lost people to suicide, it's not fun. Call your friends. Check in on them. Tell them you love them. You never know when it's going to be the last time. And to end on a positive note, I love you guys. Y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time.